So we're actually going to go to another book, and that is the book of Acts. The book of Acts is actually like there's no Bible verse to really stick at. It's the entire book that we're going to look at. Well, not the entire book, but just the ones that are pertaining towards building a church and the assembly. So one of the first things that a lot of the disciples did whenever they first went out and they were teaching the word, the disciples went out and they began to teach the word. But one of the first things that they began to do is to build churches, is to build assemblies so that they could help one another. They began to do tithings. They began to take in donations, and people began to sell like their properties and stuff like that to go off and give to the church to build the church. So these were the first people who really built their churches in those areas, and they sold they sold their houses, they sold their property, and they began to give to the church and give to other people so that people who were needy could get some help. And they said that there was nobody who had less then. There was nobody there who was needy that was in their assembly, because everybody was taken care of, because so many wealthy people donated to the church, and so many people who needed stuff was able to get and receive, to where they weren't poor anymore. And they didn't just go off and say, well, you got a jacket and you got some food, so you don't need any more. No, they made sure that they were able to receive more than what they needed, so that they were not needy anymore, that they were blessed. And that was a blessing. And also,